The news on STV Shine. I am Daniel, the Cubo. The Nwaokocha Foundation, an NGO dedicated to alleviating the plight of youths, the vulnerable, widows and orphans in society, brought smiles to faces of 100 widows in Ibusa, Delta State, doling out 100,000 naira cash to each of them in a gesture to commemorate the 2025 International Widows' Day celebration. The beneficiaries were drawn from the 10 quarters of Ibusa, were handed their cash envelopes by representatives of the foundation during the International Widows' Day celebration at Ibusa, Monday 23rd, June 2025, in line with the year's global theme, Empower Her from Loss to Leadership. Speaking at the empowerment ceremony, coordinator of the Nwaokocha Okeze Foundation, Dr. Pat Adigwe, said the NGO, which is a non-profit organization, was established with the sole objective of alleviating plights of widows, youths, and young orphans in society, added that the foundation joins well-meaning people of the world to act on the theme, Empower Her from Loss to Leadership, by empowering widows with skills and equipment. According to him, the International Widows Society placed the estimated number of widows across the globe to be well over 258 million globally, with approximately 15 million of that number in Nigeria facing economic hardship, social stigma, and legal discrimination after the loss of their spouses. While noting that the foundation pushes for an awareness for citizens not to see widows as victims of circumstances, but as powerful agents of change, Dr. Adigwe lamented that widows were denied inheritance, cast out of homes, or subjected to inhuman cultural practices that silences and marginalizes them in some regions, since such practices should be done away with. He underscored the imperatives of access to education, economic opportunities, legal rights, and social inclusion for widows, adding that widows should not be seen or treated as victims of the circumstances of the death, but as influential contributors to the development of society as single parents, community leaders, entrepreneurs, caregivers, and advocates for justice. He, however, admonished widows generally not to give up, as God could use their children to bless them, same way he urged their fellow women whose husbands are still alive not to relent in supporting their husbands to keep their homes running smoothly. One of the beneficiaries, Mrs. Janet Okafor, who spoke on behalf of the Ibusa widows, commended the Nwaokocha Okeze Foundation for regularly supporting widows, youths, and orphans, especially for making this year's Global Widow Celebration memorable day in the lives of widows in Ibusa, just as he assured that beneficiaries would maximize the value added to their lives and families to bless others.
We want to say thank you to the Okeze Foundation, Widows Arm, led by our dad, our senior husband, Pastor Okeze, and his wife, because if his wife did not encourage him, we want to thank our second husband, Dr. Patrick. We say God bless you. We want to thank our senior wife, Dr. Precipat Adigwe, as we have decreed today in your house. So shall it be. Amen. Just like that. Amen. 100,000. Amen. God will give them miracles. Miracles they did not plan for. Amen.
The year's event, which is the 5th edition of the Empowerment Program for Widows during International Widows' Day celebrations, marks another remarkable display of compassion and leadership by the Nwaokocha Foundation that has been changing lives across Nigeria with bold initiatives of empowerment. That is the size of the news bulletin. Thanks for viewing. Always keep it with STV Channel.